crawls by and he actually eats it.
Snake, are you okay? Snake? Snake!
Check out the awesome Underdog merch in the pinned comment and video description. Show your love for fighting games with these awesome t-shirt designs. Every purchase supports the channel and you look great while doing it. How's it going, everyone? My name is True Underdog and I'm excited to finally see the Rambo Kombat cast. And then hopefully, if I'm lucky, there's also going to be some Mileena footage as well. And I also want you to let me know in the comment section down below what has you the most excited about Rambo and Kombat Pack 2. Without any further ado, let's get started with the Kombat cast. I like that everyone's dressed up for Halloween. That's actually really cute. That's a nice touch, everyone.
His kicks, his punches, that sort of thing.
Okay,
So
cool.
he has
It's a
his
string.
knife and he uses it in most of his normal attacks. And you can see even there with his uppercut. I would say one thing that really stands out is his mid attacks. I think they're pretty
He's got a
good.
Scarlet
But
Launcher, baby.
he's a close quarter character.
Okay, seems like a very fast
it's not
mid.
like a sword or a machete or whatever, but
That could be an overhead.
And this one's fun because he literally uses a rocket to stuff off the ground, which amuses me greatly. And then lastly, he has this drop kick, which is an overhead. It's pretty quick, and if he does 2 in a row, he gets a crushing blow.
So now we know the crushing blow, but we were right. That is an overhead, kind of like Aaron Black's or Jackie's. More like Jackie's because Aaron Black, he travels very far across the screen. This is more like Jackie. She has a back one where she has an elbow drop, and it's a manual short hop in a way. It's a lot easier to do.
And
that's his throw.
and it has crushing blow with a really unique condition. It's loaded if he has not been hit or jumped in 10 seconds. So,
What?
Yeah, and there you go. And he gets to get to combo off that stun.
If he has not been jumped
it's not the
or
traditional
hit?
requirement. It's 10 seconds of not being knocked down or not jumping, which is really tough for players like me and Derek to not jump for 10 seconds.
So Rambo himself can't jump and can't be knocked
so really
down,
in the footsie game,
and
you're
he
going
gets
back and
the
forth, you can-
throw. I imagine he also can't block, maybe? Because, I mean, if you can block, that means your crushing blow is going to constantly be loaded. Some of these decisions, I like that they're experimenting. I want to say that. I like that they're experimenting, but some of these ideas for crushing blows, it seems like they made them last minute, or they just didn't think very far ahead, because that seems really good, unless there's a lot of extra
And then the other
conditions they
players,
didn't
like, How long
mention.
has it been? Is he going to come in for the
Because it is
throw?
not
And
hard
then
to
you
not get
that
hit in
sort of
this
meta
game.
going of, are you ready to attack that throw? Something that I think I've done twice in history on purpose. So there we go.
Yeah, I love you're trying to build up in your head. Wait, does Rambo have that ready? Like, and then they do the back throw to trick you.
It's only on one throw, so that's
it's only on
interesting. Rain has it on both throws.
So it could be locked and ready. You do a back throw, they miss the tech, and there you go.
Or I think you're gonna tech because you think I'm not gonna do it when I have it loaded, but then I do it.
Ah, yes, we all love meta combat. We love the guessing. That's what
non-mix-up
all the
mix-up.
fans like. Fans love
Mind
to
tricks
guess.
all day.
It's definitely not the opposite. We definitely don't
Also,
hate
let's
it.
take a look real quickly at Rambo's default special moves.
Cool. I'm looking
So
forward to
first
it.
up, he uses his bow. It's a really fast, high projectile. And the cool thing is it's almost like a stance. He can fire multiple, up to 3. He can let
Okay.
it go. He can just hang on it, wait a second, then shoot 1. And none of that costs stamina, either defensive or offensive.
That is nuts. So that's not an invisible trap. It just shows up. He has a move that just hits you instantly, and he
has
crouches
good
while
triple,
doing it.
which I think
So that seems like Scarlet's low like projectile, but way better because it doesn't have to actually travel. It just hits you.
is like the crux of his space control. It's really fast. He has a close and far version. And it's a low. It pretty much forces the opponent to either walk in slowly, attempt to jump. Dashing is really risky. Basically, if they're moving, they're gonna get. He can move. This is a pretty good combo ender. Then he has a slide.
Oh, they paused it. My bad. Okay, they just paused it. That slide is
This slide has
awesome.
a couple options. He can do it from really far by holding forward. He can actually roll backwards by holding back after, even on block to make it hard to punish.
Oh, wow.
It doesn't
You can probably chase him down, though.
damage with a crushing blow if he does it 3 times. Very similar to how Sub-Zero games like slide works.
Okay, cool. I like
So I
that.
think this move's pretty good for advancing. If you want to go under something. It's decent
Cool.
for 50-50. It's like you could use that with his drop kick as an overhead low mix-up.
What? Is that his taunt, or does he just get to have health by eating things?
Then
What was
lastly-
that? What was that? I'm confused. Why do you eat the thing? So I'm actually a big fan of crushing blows that you earn by actually doing stuff. I just like when you, the player, are in control of the crushing blow, and it's not like, oh, did my opponent press a button? Did my opponent guess wrong? I want it to be me. So as the Rambo player, you can actually build your crushing blow regardless of what the opponent is doing. Just land your moves and
Yes,
you're good to
one
go.
move that's not in his default move list, but I really wanted to show it because,
Okay.
well, I think it's awesome.
What is it?
Every new character.
Him
we
eating
have
the bug?
one
Or
or
whatever's
two
on the
new
ground?
Things that we've kind of never tried before, actually. And
Oh,
yeah,
boy.
This is one of the weirder crushing blows.
this one is pretty fantastic. So let's take a look at the old bug here.
Oh my goodness.
So,
Here's a crushing
as
blow for
we
that?
know, as
It is a
Troutman
bug.
explained, he's trained to eat stuff that make a billy goat puke. And in the game, we show that by an insect crawls by and he actually eats it and gets health back. And if his fatal blow is on cooldown, it's a
Reverse crushing blow.
of the bug, and if his fatal blow is on cooldown, it's a crushing blow of the bug, which gives them hella energy back. The downside to this is if he eats too many, he then vomits. And
Oh,
he's
Bull
done.
Right Joe.
I love that. That is incredible. I
So
love that
that's kind of
we've-
interesting. I love the idea of reverse crushing blows. I think Scarlet could benefit a lot from that. I think it would make a lot of sense for Kotal Khan too. Any character that can already heal, having a crushing blow effect that heals them more is actually really interesting. I like that. Yeah, that's really cool. I love that idea.
Now done.
I'm not sure if that'll be in custom combat only though. That could be variation specific. We know it's not a regular default move. They did mention that. But we don't know if it's only available in custom matches or in Combat League.
A KB on a bug.
Yep,
On a
KB
bug,
on a bug.
yes.
KK
Which
in a
is
wheelchair.
crawling by.
KK in a wheelchair.
Totally.
It's really-
Minding the bug's own business.
It's impressive reflexes. Well, bugs are horrible creatures, so I support him stabbing it.
That's fine.
Wow, no rights for
that's
bugs.
incredible. Let's take a look at.
Listen,
Rambo's
bugs have been
variation
around
of
longer than anything else, aside from maybe fish.
So the first thing
I like
is
that.
he gets his tripwire.
Good
This is
lord.
different than the other one. It sets up a combo if he amplifies it.
I knew
There's
that.
no close or far. It knows where.
Jump combos! Can we get a comment about how awesome jump combos are? So few characters have them. And now so far, 2 DLC characters have jump combos. Let's
the
go.
opponent is. Pretty quick,
I love it. It's like Predator. I called it.
and this is one of the main ways to get big.
I did think, though, these traps were going to be something you set up in advance, but no, they just happen. They cover like the entire bottom of the screen.
The
I love
second
it.
thing is the crawl, which I absolutely love. This is essentially a low stance. He has numerous moves from it.
He's
He has
dragging
quick
off.
Slag, then he has a grab. This is actually like a grab. If they're blocking, it'll hit them.
Oh,
And he
wow.
has a
Nice.
Parry. And the parry
Okay.
because it parries lows, mids, and highs.
Lows, mids, and
Getting down
highs?
there, the opponent
So effectively it parries everything?
tries to hit him out of it. He can actually parry it. And then the parry and the throw have a crushing blow. If he crawls long enough, he'll be loaded. And if he grabs you,
Okay. Not
Smashes
super
your
likely to
face.
happen, unfortunately. Some of these crushing blows are just for shock value, like, wow, I can't believe he got that, as opposed to being something the player would actually want the requirements to be. So I don't see that crushing blow happening pretty much ever at high level. It could happen with your buddies when you're messing around, or they're so on tilt that you catch them with it, but I don't see it happening very often, because you gotta crawl a long distance. You can still throw things at him, right? But I guess the parry is always a threat, so that's interesting. You could crawl for a little bit, and we don't know how far you have to actually crawl. Sometimes they say a long distance, but look at Terminator's tackle. He barely runs at all, and he gets that crushing blow. It's not that difficult. So it could be you barely crawl at all. I can't believe the
DK,
parry works on
this is-
everything.
yeah.
Like, can you throw it? Because parries already beat throws. Does an unblockable beat it? Usually unblockables
I
beat
know that
parries.
you're
We'll
gonna
have
be
to
playing
test it.
Mileena, but
Yeah.
the crawl alone makes me think that that's just trolly enough for you to do.
Yeah, I will absolutely try and crawl people to death. Yeah, you just
I
grabbing
can
their
see
foot,
it happen.
killing a person by stabbing their foot. I'm in. Stabbing a bug.
Yeah.
I'm in.
No, this definitely.
I just
seems
love the
right up
idea of
your
a
alley.
crawl, even like on a block string or even on hit. You could hit, stagger them, go into the crawl, and walk forward just a couple steps. If you're fighting an opponent who mashes all the time, like a majority of Combat League players, you get the parry. But if they block, they're defensive, you throw them.
To
Is
troll
it
the living
is it
hell
even
out of
techable?
anybody.
I don't think so.
So
So
very
you throw
excited for
them.
that.
That is my top priority.
I'd say
at all
jump. It seems like
times.
jumping beats most
And
of the
that's cool thing about
options.
the crawl, too,
Even
'cause,
if he
like,
cuts
they-
you, you'll
they
fall
try
on
to,
the
like,
ground. It's better than
hit
being
you in
grabbed,
any
right?
way, and you're ready to parry it. You said it parries all types of like.
yes.
highs and lows and whatnot. So some good stuff there too. Also, I gotta say, love that costume on Rambo. I love the.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good outfit. Rambo has a lot of good
military
outfits.
Jacket. I love, for some reason, I love olive green jackets.
And I think the DLC characters already do have more skins. Not more than other characters, but more than initial DLC characters did. Like instead of 4, they have 5 or 6, it seems like, which is awesome. I'm down for that.
Because I have 3 in my closet.
Feels kind of bad for Shao
let's
Kahn,
take a
though. I
look
don't
at
think you got
variation
that.
2 for Rambo.
Okay, shirtless. So he just pulls it out.
He can pull an M60 that he hid in the leaves out of the ground.
But he's not a gun character, guys. He's not a gun character. I understand he's mostly not a gun character. I'm being slightly sarcastic, but also that looks like a really good projectile. Do you see how long it's active for? If they jump or do an air dash or whatever to get some hang time and you pull that out, they're just going to fall on it. Even Katana can't hover to avoid that many bullets. So unless this move is custom only, that's still a really good projectile. And he ducks to pick it up.
Very fast projectile. It's like a stream of bullets. And
then the Claymore.
Claymore mine.
It can hurt him.
What's fun about this is once it's triggered, it can blow up either opponent.
It didn't damage him though.
Either person, be it him or the opponent. He can put it down and it lasts for quite a long time. And if he amplifies it, he puts leaves over it so it's invisible.
That's how leaves work. No, I like it. I like the mechanic. That's fun. He just covers it up and you can't see it. So he does have invisible traps. So I wasn't wrong. It's just not the traps I was thinking of. But he does have invisible traps. That's sick.
So there's fun stuff you can do.
He is way less technical than I thought. I thought he had to set up all the traps. I thought those guns, he may have to bury them manually and then pull them out later. I was wrong about a lot of stuff, at least in my head. I may not have told you all about these ideas that I had, but those were some theories I had, and I was wrong about a lot of them.
Let it sit there for a while. Do your little setup, and then...
Look how much pushback that has. Look how much pushback that has. So if you get in and he wants to zone you for whatever reason, let's say that despite the developer's intention, Rambo becomes a keep away character. Let's say it happens. And then you get close, he can just hit you with that or hit confirm into it, spin the bar and you're full screen. He's Jackie from MKX. If it ends up being like that, he may be a really good zoner, unfortunately. We'll see. I love that move. I love the log drop so much.
Tripwire is replaced by this log trap. And it's pretty much the opposite of it. Instead of covering the ground, it covers the air.
And the ground, look at that.
Standing, but it's also awesome for anti-air.
Yeah.
So this is like, if you're fighting an opponent that won't stop jumping,
cool.
You really can't ask for better.
We'll see if it's fast enough.
Logs swinging across the whole screen.
Log
really
drop.
Fast.
Man, Marvel 3, man. Marvel 3,
it
Rocket
does have
Raccoon.
A crushing blow as well. Do you know
Yes, if you do it 3 times in a row.
See what I mean? Some of these crushing blow requirements seem like they were done last minute. Like some guy's working a lot of stuff. He's doing a lot of jobs. And they're like, oh man, last minute, we need the crushing blow requirements. I don't know, do it 3 times. I like that crushing blow. I mentioned earlier, I like that requirement, but it seems like they don't put a ton of thought into a lot of these.
Awesome.
You can also think, so they kind of, but they kind of complement each other because the landmine controls the ground. If he puts it in front of him and he's behind it, you pretty much have to either wait it out or jump over it or hope you have a teleport. So then you want to jump because the landmine and he has the log. So he can kind of put the trap down, use the log, and if the opponent wants to move because they don't want to deal with the gun with the claymore there, they're going to get hit out of the air by the log.
So believe it or not, if you take away Rambo's guns in this variation, this is actually what zoning is like in a majority of other fighting games. In NetherRealm games, they tend to be like very spammy, like tons of projectiles, right? But in a lot of fighting games, it's more like this. You have a move that covers the ground. You have a move that covers the air, right? And you just try to control what the opponent's going to do. Essentially, you want to limit their options so you can force them to jump, you can force them to crouch, and you can get them to play that way, condition them, and that's how a zoner typically works, not just boom, boom, pew, pew gun character. So I don't think Rambo even needed the guns in this variation, but it seems like he definitely does have a zoning variation. It might not be a keep away variation, but keep in mind, those are not the same thing.
So all 3
they can overlap, but they're not the
like
same
a
playstyle.
little Ouroboros or whatever, the snake.
But those guns seem way too good.
Those
We'll see
do.
though. I could be wrong, but they seem really good.
So I'm
what's the
thinking when I
pushback
play
on block?
against
Are they
Derek, I
safe?
use a log
I don't know.
that controls the air.
Yes.
Like that might be trouble.
And the
I
ground.
think he would just...
The guns already control the air. That's the thing. If you jump, you're going to land on
You
them.
would roll into a claymore.
He doesn't even need half of this stuff.
We will be rolling into plenty of Claymore mines. Very exciting. Awesome. So two distinct ways of playing.
Do you think there's going to be a brutality if you win with the Claymore but hit it also like Frost and you both blow up?
The next one we're showing, which is
That'd be fun.
Me too.
Okay,
I
variation
love
3.
it.
Ooh, the poncho.
So this one is like a grab version. He gets a couple of his strings get grab unders.
Cool.
And they are actual grabs. Like if you're blocking, you get hit.
Oh boy,
this one
so it's
hit.
like what they changed with they changed this for Shao Kahn and Raiden and Nightwolf, so they're actual throws now. Rambo gets to have that by
But
default.
it is like a restand.
Oh my god, it's so
You can end
good.
your combo with it, and you'll be standing, and he gets advantage. It also just looks really, really nasty.
Yeah, it's gonna be so
When
strong.
he gets a command grab. The cool thing is when he amplifies it, you can choose which way to throw you. And it has
Cool.
a crushing blow for punishing.
Look how close they are after that command grab. Do you see that? Depending how plus he is when he hits you with that command grab, that's gonna be pressure city on Wake Up. My god. And because he has a command grab, you can't even roll. He'll just command grab you again. This is definitely so far the variation that I want to play.
So
We'll see how I
let's
feel when
try
I
to
finally
out.
get to put my
You
hands
wanna
on
do
him,
this
but I like
fast.
this.
You roll.
Yep,
And oops,
I called it.
get
You
to
can't
do
roll
that.
command grab.
which
And
is
it's
really
flat
harsh for
damage.
trying
It's
to roll
flat
it.
damage. Just a free combo. Because that's how crushing blows be in this game sometimes. Just free combo. 32% damage, one move.
Set
Spin
something
the
up
bar.
here for the next one.
Yeah. Unfortunately, forgot what I was setting up.
The roll.
Oh, that's right.
Command roll.
Combat roll. So this
Oh, he
replaces
knifes
the
by
slot.
default.
And it's almost sort of like Reptile's elbow from Ultimate MK3. He goes past you, and then he has a couple of different options. You can do this quick slice. You can do a really fast overhead if he amplifies it, or you can just cancel it. And it's really, really quick. And
It stuns. Look at that. If he lands a crushing blow, it staggers so hard, you get a full combo follow-up. Now, I'm not sure if you get a jump in, but you get a combo follow-up if you land that crushing blow, and they're standing. That means Rambo is one of the few characters who gets a standing crushing blow, which means you can't break away. So if he lands that crushing blow, he gets a guaranteed follow-up. You can't escape the damage as long as the player knows what they're doing.
Can you
That's
kind of
super
hold it
rare,
here?
and it's very strong.
so he can like go through it, stop, do kind of freeze up like it did.
All that stuff in the background is amazing, but it's freaking me out.
Slash. If the slash count, okay, I can't concentrate because of your background. That's amazing.
Right?
Wow,
What's
you
the
didn't get
problem?
caught either.
I
Nothing,
know.
nothing at all.
I know. Okay.
Do not turn around. So you're doing
They're so
the
cute.
roll back and forth. There was a crushing
Okay.
blow off of that too.
Yes. If the slash is a punish, it'll crushing blow. So the idea where there
Cool.
would be you keep canceling it, you keep going for throws, jump overs, looping it or whatever, and the opponent's had enough. And they're like, all right, screw this. I'm going to attack you out of it. Then you
Or they
actually
just
do the
mash because
slash
they
and you get
suck,
crushing blow.
and they get caught. Cool. These are all pretty good crushing
it's like
blows
a
for the
crushing
most
blow.
part. The only one like that I don't like is the throw, but it's still a
also
good
command
one.
grab
It just might be
in there as
too
well,
good.
which is
Yes.
incredible. So
So that's like
Awesome.
that's totally like your Rushdown variation. It's the
I love
opposite
it.
of the other
I like
two.
it. That's exactly what I wanted from a
It's really the
character.
zoning
So
crap.
Rambo
You're
might be the
Rambo.
grappler.
You just want to go in and
Especially in
flip
custom
dudes'
combat. He has
throats.
the crawl to grab you.
Back
He has a
yes.
command grab and all the throw
Yes.
strings. Yeah, he's the
that
grappler.
sounded very tough stuff.
He
in there.
ironically has more throws than Shiva, it looks like.
So that's awesome. So we have a lot of different ways to play. We got some space control. We have a rush down. There's a lot of different ways to play Rambo. So that's super exciting.
Yep.
We do have a couple. We have a couple surprises today for Rambo to show. We'll get to them in a second. We're going to show you. We didn't do this last week because we like to kind of mix it up. But this week we will be showing the new fatality.
I already saw it when I looked in the timeline.
We're going to first go. We've seen this in the trailer again. We're just going to walk through the fatal blow one more time.
Satiate everyone's hunger, if I may. My
Please.
favorite thing I'm most excited to talk about is about variations.
Cool.
All right.
Oh.
So either we get a fourth one or they're going to mix everything up. Can you imagine they just mix everything up like League of Legends style? Just like, oh yeah, everyone's stuff is different. Like we're going to mix everything up.
Sounds super cool. Very excited about that. It's gonna be a fun one next time. We'll get a day. Keep following us on social media at Mortal Kombat.
Okay, so that's about it, everyone. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to leave a like down below. It really does help the channel out a ton. I absolutely cannot wait next week until we see Mileena. She's the character I want to see the most. I've wanted her in the game since day one. In fact, back before the reveal event, I wanted Mileena in this game. But let me know in the comment section what has you the most excited about Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate. And finally, make sure to keep that combo going by suplexing that subscribe button. That way you never miss a future video. Make sure to come back next time, and as always, stay underdogs.